Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today we will be talking about the multi-step equations and how to solve them. And so the first question that we're going to be considering, or equation we're considering, is this equation right here. 2x plus 18 is equal to 4, parentheses x plus 3, close the parentheses. So this is the equation that we are looking at, and I wanted to show you guys visually what this means right here. So if you guys see, we got 2x plus 18, so we got 2x plus 18, and this means 4 groups of x plus 3. So I have 4 groups of x plus 3, so I have 4 of these and 4 of these. So I have x plus 3, 1, x plus 3, 2, x plus 3, 3, x plus 4, 3, 4. So I have 4 groups of x plus 3s, and visually this is what it looks like here. And so if you go here, I simplified these 4 x's. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just put 4x. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 12s is just equal to, 4 3s is equal to 12. So 2x plus 18 is the same thing. And I simplified this into a more simple form, which is 4x plus 12. So I got 2x plus 18 is equal to 4x plus 12. And that is what we get for our next step. And our goal isn't just to distribute, our goal is to isolate the x and to get x by itself. And therefore, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to subtract 12 on both sides, as I did right there. And visually, that's what that looks like here. And the reason why I divided this 18 into 2 here is like this. So you see this 18? 18 is actually the same thing as 12 and 6. So even though there's 18, even though there's 12 and 6, this is no different. 12 and 6 is the same thing as 18. This is called algebraic manipulation. We're changing and manipulating this number into a form that we want to work more easily with. So I subtract 12 here. The reason why there's an x right there is because I'm subtracting 12. If I subtract 12 on one side, I also have to subtract 12 on the other side. And the reason why is this is a scale. If you think about a scale, if I take away some weight from the right side, I also have to do the left side. If not, the weight will become unbalanced. And this equal sign means that the weight always equals one another and they are balanced. And so we have 12 minus 12. We get rid of that. And then we got 12 here. We get rid of that 12 as well. Okay. And then we got 6 right here, right? So 12 plus 6 is 18. And 12 goes down right here. And so this red x means that getting rid of that 12. So subtracting 12 on this side as well. So 12 minus 12, 18 minus 12. Now, if we do that, we get a more simpler form, which is we got so we got rid of the 12 on the right side. So the 12 no longer exists. What remaining is on the 6 on the left side. We got 6 here. So we got 2x plus 6 is equal to 4x. And then now I want to get rid of the 2x here. Why? Because I want all of the variables on one side and all the numbers on the other side. If I subtracted the 4x and got rid of the 4x here, that would mean that there would be nothing here. And if there's nothing here, then I haven't solved for the value, for the x. But if I have all the x here and all the numbers here, or all the x here and all the numbers here, that shows me this variable is equal to this number, or this variable or is equal to that number. So your goal is to get all the variables on one side and all the numbers on the other side. So let's take a look. How did I do that? So I subtracted 2x on both sides. So I got rid of this 2x because I wanted all the variables on the right side and I wanted all the numbers on the left side. So 2x minus 2x, right? And so we got rid of that, and then 4x minus 2x, got rid of that. Once again, whatever I do to one side, I also do to the other side. And then what I have left over is, because I got rid of that, only 6 remains. Once again, 3 plus 3 is the same thing as 6, right? And then this, I got rid of that, so what's remaining? 2x. 2x is the same thing as 2x plus x, so 2x. So what's remaining is we got 6 is equal to 2x. Now, if I divide 2 on both sides, I notice that x is equal to just 1, 3. So 1x is equal to 3, and 1x is equal to 3. And therefore, my final answer is 3 is equal to x. So that is how you I visually showed you guys how to solve this multi-step equation. Now, I want to show you guys just algebraically, like how to solve it just using the algebra. And there are actually many different ways to solve this multi-step equation. So as you can see, the first thing that I did here is I distributed the 4 and distributed the 4 here. 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 3 is 12. So I got 4x plus 12. And I got my 18 here. So I subtract 18 on both sides. And I get 18 minus 18 is 0. 12 minus 18 is negative 6. And now I have 2x plus 2x plus 0 is 2x. And 4x plus negative 6 is the same thing as 4x minus 6. Once again, plus adding a negative is the same thing as subtraction. And so why did I get rid of this 4x? Because I want all the variables on the left side this time, and I want all the numbers on the right side. So I got rid of this 4x on both sides, subtract 4x, subtract 4x. 2x minus 4x is negative 2x is equal to negative 6. Divide negative 2 on both sides, and then I have x is equal to 3. So this way I got x is equal to 3. But if you look at this here, we got 2x plus 18, once again distribute, that's no different. This time around, instead of subtracting 18 first, I'm going to get rid of the negative 2x first. I'm going to get rid of this 2x. So subtract 2x, 2x minus 2x is in fact just 0, right? 2x minus 2x is a 0. And then 0 plus 18 is just 18, right? That's why I just had the 18 there. And then 4x minus 2x is just 2x and plus 12. Subtract 12 on both sides. Why? Because I want all the numbers on the left side and I want all the variables on the right side this time. See, before I had all the variables on the left side, but now I want all the variables on the right side. So I divide 2 on both sides. 6 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1x is just x. Okay, so 1x is just the same thing as x. So that's the other way to do it. This time around, instead of getting rid of the negative 2, the positive 2x here, I'm going to get rid of the 4x here, right? So I want you guys to actually pause the video and I want you guys to try this one, subtracting the 4x first and solving it out that way. So I subtracted the 4x on both sides. 4x minus 4x is 0. 0 plus 12 is 12. 2x minus 4x is negative 2x plus 18. And so I have this problem right here. Negative 2x plus 18 is equal to 12. Once again, I want all the variables on the left side and all the variables on the right side. Subtract 18 on both sides. 18 minus 18 is 0. 12 minus 18 is negative 6. Negative 2x plus 0 is negative 2x is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is positive 1. Positive 1, which is the same thing as just x. So the cool thing about this is this. As you can see, x is equal to 3. 3 is equal to x. X is equal to 3. And even when I did it here, 3 is equal to x. What that all means is whatever way that I do it, all the answer is x is equal to 3. So this is how you do multi-step equations. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to pause the video and I want you guys to go through all of these 4 problems. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause it before you, like you could play it like this. You could play it. And then I want you to try the problem out before you actually try looking at the video here. So he's gonna show you the problem. I want you to try the problem out and then I want you to look at the answer that this person teaches here. Same thing with all of this. Try the problem out and then play the video, watch it. Try the problem out, play the video, and then watch it. Try the problem out by yourself and then play the video and get for the solution. So pause this video right now and then go ahead and do that. I'm assuming that you did. And then now let's go through some practice with Khan here. So, all right, let's look at this problem, okay? I'm going to go through this pretty quickly here. So once again, always start by rewriting the problem out. 2d plus 4, a little bigger, 2d plus 4 is equal to 10 plus 5d. For me, I'm going to just subtract the 4 on both sides, right? I can't subtract the 4 here. Why? Because they're not like terms. This has a d right here, but this negative 4 does not have a d. So it doesn't work. So you have to make sure that when you're subtracting and getting rid of the proper terms and like terms. So we got negative 4. Okay, so what is 4 minus 4? 4 minus 4 is 0. And 2d plus 0. And 10 minus 4 is 6 plus 5d. And then 2d plus 0 is 2d. And then 6 plus 5d is like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this 5d because I want all the variables on the left side and all the numbers on the right side because the number's already here. And I can just get rid of that and combine it all to the left side. Subtract 5d. 2d minus 5d is a negative 3d. And then negative 3d is equal to 6. Divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is just 1d. 6 divided by negative 3 is 2. So d is equal to 2. Okay. Now you want to check, okay, is this correct? So if you guys can see this d, I'm going to put it back into my equation. And see if it works. So I got 2 times d, which is equal to 2, plus 4 is equal to 10 plus 5d, which is 2, right? I'll plug it in. 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 4. And order of operation, you don't do 10 plus 5 first. You do 5 times 2 because multiplication, you're supposed to do that before the addition. So we got 5 plus 10, or 10 plus 10. And then 8 is equal to 20, which right here we learned. Oh, whoops. See, this is a perfect example. Making and not working. So when I solved it out, it did not equal to one another, right? If it does not equal to one another, I know that this d is not the right answer. So it's an opportunity for me to go back and look at this problem again. So if you take a look, 6 divided by negative 3. 6 divided by negative 3 is not positive 2, it's actually negative 2, okay? So I'm going to have to go back and change this to negative 2, and then now see if this works. So we got 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 4, and then 10 plus 5 times negative 2. 5 times negative 2 is, so that's a plus sign, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And then negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 10 plus negative 10 is 0, and there you go. Which means that my answer, in fact, is negative 2. So let's take a look at how Khan did it. So I'm going to go here. Okay. So as you can see, Khan decided to subtract 5d first. But for me, I decided to subtract the 4 first. And you'll see that we'll get the same answer. Subtract the 5d. 5d minus 5d is 0. 10 plus 0 is 10. And then 2d minus 5d is negative 3d. 2d minus 5d is negative 3d. And then he subtracted the 4 on both sides. 4 on both sides. 10 minus 4 is 6. And then negative 3d plus this becomes 0. This entire thing becomes 0 because 4 minus 4 is 0. Negative 3d plus 0 is negative 3d. And then divide negative 3 on both sides. And then 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. And then he actually checks the work. And then he puts in the negative 2 on both sides. And then he gets 0, 0, like we did there. Okay, so that is the answer for this one. We got negative 2. And then we're good to go. All right, so let's take a look at this problem here. Okay, so always begin by rewriting the problem. 16 minus 2r is equal to negative 3r plus 6r plus 1. So the thing about this one, before we do anything else, is we have to see that there's some combining that we have to do. And the reason why is because if you take a look on the right side of the equation, these two terms are what you would call a like term, meaning that this is a negative 3r and this is a 6r. They both are representing the number of r's. So this right here, there are 6 r's. This right here are talking about negative 3 r's. And so what we can do before we do anything else is we actually want to combine these two terms together. We want to make the problem more simple. And by combining them two, we can do that. So I'm going to rewrite this part here. And then let's do negative 3r plus 6r. Negative 3r plus 6r is positive 3r plus 1. So one of the things that you're going to have to do from this point on is make sure you combine like terms. In fact, what I want you guys to do in your notebooks is I want you guys to write right here, combine like terms. Okay, so write that down in your notebook. So first, combine like terms. If you can, sometimes there won't be terms that you can combine. So in that case, you don't have to combine like terms because there are no terms to be combined. But if there are like terms to be combined, then you want to combine the like terms. So so now we have 3r here, and now it's just, the same usual problem here. I want to get rid of this negative 2r because I just don't like working with negative numbers. You don't have to. I can subtract 3r from both sides. It really doesn't matter as long as I do it to both sides. So I'm going to go right here, 2r plus 2r, right? And so 16 minus 2r, or negative 2r plus 2r is 0, is equal to 3r plus 2r is 5r. Now, some of you guys will make this mistake here, and then you would try to add the plus 2r right there. And the reason why that won't work is because 1 and 2r are not like terms. If this was a 1r, then that would be a different story. Or if this just was a 2, then it would be a different story without the r. Then you can add them, you can make 3. And so you want to make sure that when you add the 2 r's, it's definitely because of like terms, okay? So here we go. We're going to add 2r plus 2r. And then we're going to add 1 here, plus 1. So 16 plus 0 is just 16 is equal to 5r, right, plus 1. And we're going to subtract 1 on both sides. Subtract 1 on both sides. 16 minus 1 is 15. And 5r. And then we're going to divide 5 on both sides, like so. 15 divided by 5 is 3, right? 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then 5 divided by 5 is just 1. And 1r, and then 1r is the same thing as just r. And so that's how you go ahead and do that. And so now after you do that, what we're going to do is we're going to now check it, right? Because we said that r is equal to 3, but we want to make sure does r really equal to 3 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to 16 minus 2r, rewrite the problem, negative 3r plus 6r plus 1. Okay, and so this right here is, we need to, after we solve the problem, we need to check the solution. So everybody write that in your notebooks right now. Check the solution after you solved for the solution here, right? And so we're going to do 16 minus 2r minus 2r, which is 3, right? r is 3. Is equal to negative 3 times 3, which is my r, plus 6, which is 3, right? 6 times 3, which is the 3, plus 1, okay? And then 16 minus 2 times 3 right here is 6, is equal to negative 3 times 3 is 9, plus 18. Plus 1. Now what you could have done is you could have actually combined these terms like what we did here, and then you could have just put in the r, right? And then it still would work. When you check the problem, you could have just used this equation. But I just decided to put the r right here because, that's what I just decided to do. So 16 minus 6 is 10. 9 plus 18 is 27 plus 1 is 28. Whoops, here I made a mistake again. So negative 3 times 3 is negative 9, right? And so we got negative 9 plus 18 is 9. Negative 9 plus 18 is 9 plus 1. And then we got 10 is equal to 9 plus 1 is 10. And so it checks out. Therefore, my answer is equal to R equals to 3. Okay? So that is how you do equations with variable on both sides. Let's see if I can just do another one just for good measure. And then let's see. Well, I wanted to see the one with, here we go. So here's another one with the combining like terms. I'm just going to show you guys like the first part for it, just because the entire other part is pretty something that we've already practiced a lot. So here we go. Once again, rewrite the problem. Okay, and so as you can see, once again, if I have a problem like this, on the left side, there are no like terms to be combined. But on the right side, as you can see, this t and this 4t, you can combine them. These are like terms. So we can combine like terms. Combine like terms. And so if we rewrite this, it would be 16 minus 2t. And then t plus 4t is going to be 5t plus 9. And voila. So that's how you solve it, and that's how you simplify it. So yeah, so you can combine like terms first, and then from here point on, you can go ahead and solve. And I do want to also say that you don't technically need to combine like terms. You can subtract the t and then subtract the 4t after. It will give you the same answer. But I recommend that you just go ahead and just add the combine like terms first before you start isolating for the variable. So that's that for this part right here. Okay, now let's go to our next practice problem here. Okay, and then now we're gonna do equations with parentheses. And so that's basically building off of what we just learned. And let's try this problem out here. Okay, pause the video and try it out. I'm assuming that you did. All right, negative 4 minus 2s. Okay, so we got 2s plus 4 is equal to 5 times negative 4 minus 2s, right? So the first thing that you want to do is distribute. First, distribute. Okay, everybody write this down in your notebooks. First, distribute. And then we're going to distribute. And so we're going to go 2s plus 4. And 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. 5 times negative 2s is negative 10s. Once again, don't let this subtraction confuse you. What you could have done is you could have done adding a negative, right? And that would give you the same result. This just answer would be adding a negative, okay? Because look, negative 2 times negative 2s is, a positive, so we have subtraction, right? So when we added a negative, right? 5 times negative 2s is negative 10s, right? Sorry, 5 times negative 2s is negative 10s, plus sign is the same thing. So you can change this into addition negative, or you can just keep it just, this subtraction sign, which I chose to do. So after you distributed, you can now go ahead and solve the problem. So I'm just going to do this one really quickly because we've already seen several of these problems. So I'm going to add 20 here, 2s plus 24 is equal to 0 minus 10s. And then 2s plus 24 is equal to negative 10s. And then we're going to subtract 2s on both sides. And then 24 is equal to negative 12s. divided by negative 12 on both sides. I got negative 2 is equal to s. So the answer is negative 2s. So let's check if that's the right answer. Negative 2. Okay. All right. So basically, all of these, what you have to do is you just have to distribute first. I want to see if there is one that has combining like terms with. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's take a look at this problem. Maybe I won't solve this one all the way through. I just want to show you guys the combining of like terms after you distribute. Okay. So let's try this problem here. So I have 3. 6 minus f minus 4 is equal to 3f minus 4. So as you can see, we want to distribute first. By the way, if there were like terms in here, do combine the like terms first, okay? So write this down in your notebooks, okay? If there are like terms in the parentheses, combine the like terms before before distributing. Okay, so if there are like terms in the parentheses, okay, so if there was like another like 5f, combine the like terms before distributing. So combine them and then distribute them. So I don't know if we're gonna see another problem like that. Like if, for example, I had like, I don't know, like 6f minus 4f plus 2 is equal to 3f minus 4. This is just an example. Then what you want to do is combine like these terms first. Then you could be like 6f minus 4f would be 2f plus 2 equals 3f minus 4. As you can see, what I did was, because there are like terms in the parentheses, I did those first, and then I'm going to distribute. Okay, so same with this one. Right now we don't have any like terms here. Okay, there are no like terms within the parentheses. Therefore, all we're gonna do is we're going to distribute. So when we distribute this, it's gonna be 3 times 6, and then 3 times 3 times f. So it's gonna be 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times f is 3f is minus 4 is equal to 3f minus 4. Once again, if you want to change this to adding a negative first, you can do that. It doesn't really matter. So we got a like term here. Oh my gosh. I apologize for that. We see there are like terms here. You know, sometimes when I record these videos, I get so tired and my voice hurts so much, and but I have to keep going, and my voice cracks all the time. Anyways, so you see the like terms here. This is an integer and that's an integer. 18 minus 4 is 14. And then minus 3f. Minus 3f is equal to 3f minus 4. And then we're going to add 4 on both sides. We can get rid of this negative 3f. Add 3f on both sides. And then we got 14 is equal to 3f plus 3f, which is 6f, minus 4. Add 4 on both sides. And then 14 plus 4 is 18 is equal to 6f. And divide 6 on both sides. I got 3 is equal to f. So my answer is 3f. 3f. Okay. So that's basically it. This is a good one. I do want to talk about this one really quickly. So if there's a negative out there like this, you see a negative, just a sign like that, then that just means, it actually just means a negative 1 to h minus 18. Okay, so I want you guys to write that down in your notebooks right here. I want you guys to write down, if there is a negative sign in front of sign to be distributed, we are actually distributing -1. Yep, and my handwriting is the most horrible in the world. So, and I got 7h is equal to, and then we're gonna multiply, right? -1, like that, and then like that. Distribute the -1, and then -1 times 2h is -2h, and -1 times -18 is +18, right? And then from here, you guys know what to do. Just add 2h on both sides, and then solve for h. So that is that. All right, and I think we should be good. I'm gonna just put a number here because I don't want to do the work. Skip. Okay, so I think we are good here. So that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.